Fine.
Bonjour à tous. Nous avons la chance, la grande chance, et je le vois, il est en face de moi, de recevoir Grant Haua, un Maori, quelqu'un de la Nouvelle-Zélande qui va sortir le 19 février sur Dixie Frog, Haua Blues. Voilà, un très très grand disque. C'est vraiment une très belle rencontre que nous allons faire et vous allez voir, on va parler musique, on va parler rugby, on va parler Nouvelle-Zélande, on va parler Maori, même si mon Maori est pas top. Hein. Voilà. So, Grant, I just speak hello to the listener. I said it's a great pleasure to have you live because it's live for you. It's 8 p.m. in New Zealand. It's 8 a.m., 8 p.m. in New Zealand, 8 a.m. in Paris. So that's beautiful that when we use the internet to speak with you without any issue. I know that you have a little bit hurricane or something like that in your town. So thank you so much to accepting my invitation. And first questions. How are you?
Yeah. I'm fine, thank you. Like I just told you a bit earlier, the weather's not great here, but I believe it's pretty cold where you are at the moment. So, yeah, apart from the weather, I'm really well. And thanks for having me on, Doc.
Thank you so much. Il est très content d'être avec nous et puis vous allez voir, on va pouvoir échanger sur la musique parce que son album, il est très bon. C'est un super disque. So, Grant, your second album, Haua Blues, we released on February 19. It's, I would like to say, 4 days, waiting for 4 days for everybody. Yeah. So, how do you feel a few days before this date?
I feel pretty confident. I got a show here in New Zealand. It's like an album release party, so I've been kind of practicing a lot for that, and I'm looking forward to that. It's always good to play live. I mean, I know it's pretty hard where you guys are at the moment to go out and even just see a live show, and we're kind of fortunate at this, in New Zealand where we're quite COVID free at the moment, even though we just had a scare today, a few community outbreaks, but we can still get around and go to shows and go to sporting events and whatnot. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I think it's a bit good to be nervous. I think I'm always, everyone's a little bit apprehensive about how their art's going to be perceived or taken by the general public, but I'm fairly confident. The reviews coming in are positive, so that sort of lets me know that we're in a good place, and yeah, I guess we just keep promoting the album as best we can under the circumstances. I'm just going to play some good live shows locally, and I think that's going to keep me busy for a few months anyway.
Okay. So I just translate now. Comme il le dit, il est un petit peu nerveux, comme toutes les sorties d'albums, et puis il a quand même la chance de pouvoir faire quelques concerts parce qu'en Nouvelle-Zélande, c'est pas encore tout à fait fermé, et donc il y a la possibilité de pouvoir bien sûr faire quelques live shows. Et puis comme il le dit, il adore la musique et l'idée c'est quand même de pouvoir aller défendre ça, mais il est quand même un tout petit peu nerveux parce que c'est toujours un nouveau disque. Et peut-être comme vous découvrez Grant n'est pas, c'est son deuxième album solo, mais on va en parler avec lui. Mais il a déjà sorti 7 albums avec son groupe d'avant. On va d'ailleurs lui en parler. Grant, your label is a French label called Dixie Frog, which allows us to talk together today. Oh, what is possible to give your music via a French label? It's totally crazy, no?
I know. I'm on the other side of the world, and I'm talking with these people almost every day, and it's great. And I know they're real blues lovers, and they're really excited about my music, and that makes me so happy, and so grateful at the same time.
Yeah. Comme je lui disais, alors pour la petite histoire, c'est quand même incroyable. Il était en Nouvelle-Zélande et son label, c'est le label Dixie Frog qu'on ne présente plus, qui est en France. Alors je lui posais la question, mais comment c'est possible qu'on retrouve Grant sur un label français? Il dit, c'est un label qui adore le blues. Alors moi, je suis super content de pouvoir sortir mon disque là. Puis nous, on est super contents aussi parce que pour le coup, ça nous permet d'échanger avec un très très grand artiste et c'est vraiment super de pouvoir discuter avec Grant aujourd'hui via la distance en fait. Grant, another question. What part does the Maori culture take in your music?
Sorry, repeat, please.
What part does the Maori cultures taken in your music? What is the influence with the Maori styles?
The influence, yeah. I mean, I think Maori are we were very musical people. I mean, we like to sing when we get together for parties and that, and it's music's very close to us, sort of all the time. A lot of my friends are in bands growing up, and my uncles are all good musicians, and it seems like everyone can play something, and everyone's a good singer, and so I think it plays a huge part, not only just what I'm doing now, but as I've grown up, you know, I've just been surrounded by it all the time, and it's a really cool thing to be around, you know, other Maori musicians, because we got like this kind of like an ESP thing going on, like a sort of you know, we connect really easily, and we have a lot of fun too, Doc. You know, we don't take it too seriously, but we can be some really serious musicians when we want to be, you know.
Bah, je lui demandais quelle était la part de la culture maori dans sa musique. Bah, comme il le dit, c'est important parce que c'est beaucoup des gens de sa famille pratiquent la culture maori, jouent de la musique autour de cette culture. Et puis bien sûr, bah, c'est important pour lui à travers sa musique de nous donner ce plaisir de la culture maori. Et il y aura un petit mot en maori tout à l'heure parce que je crois que j'avais noté quelque part une petite phrase très sympa en maori. Je vais la retrouver pour lui dire à la fin. Voilà, en tout cas, c'est ce qui est important dans cette culture-là. Grant, addiction, you know what I mean? You have a beautiful voice and your composition at an addiction. When we listen, once we come back to your records, how do you make us so addictive?
Well, that song I've had around for a while. Actually, I wrote that quite a long time ago, and it's the first it's the first time I got it right, Doc. You know, I had a go at recording it once before, and I think I got the tempos wrong. It was just a little bit too fast, and you know. And this time I got it right. I sort of pulled back on the timing and let the song breathe a bit more. But it took a long time to get that one sorted, Doc. I mean, it was I had a few goes at it on the vocals, man, and I'm normally like a 1 or 2 take guy. You know, I'll have it nailed, man, in 1 or 2. But that one, brother, I had to. Yeah, I think I did about 10 on that one, but I'm happy I persevered with it.
Yeah, it's totally addictive. Bah, pour ceux qui ont vu la vidéo, Grant vient de sortir une nouvelle vidéo. Le morceau s'appelle Addiction. Et donc, je lui demandais, quand on écoute cette chanson et ce titre est vraiment addictif. Et on a envie de réécouter tellement le morceau est très, très bon. Et puis, bah, comme il le dit, c'est un morceau qu'il a écrit il y a un petit moment. Et effectivement, c'est le genre de musique qu'on a envie d'écouter. En tout cas, I like this addiction. I am totally addictive. That's the point.
Good.
Another question regarding your last album, Grant. Most of the tracks on the album take about your one experience. Why do you share that with us in music?
I think that's the. It's easy for me to tell a story if I've experienced the story firsthand. You know, you know what it feels like, and you know what it felt like. So that kind of comes through in the lyrics without too much effort. And so those songs tend to come, and they write quick. And I like songs that write quick. You know, I like songs that come quickly because it's normally an indication of they're pretty honest and true songs. So I think that's mainly the reason. I might write the odd political song if it's something I really care about, but I think just every day, what we deal with every day in our lives is so interesting that everyone goes through something, or it could be something funny, it could be something sad, it could be. But it's all relatable because we all have these kind of experiences at one point or another. So I think it's easier for people to connect on that level, on a personal level, on a, you know, because they might have gone through those same things themselves. So I think that's why I do it. I don't make a conscious effort to write like anyone else, if that makes sense. I don't try to write like anyone else. You know, I can't, or I can't write about someone else's life if I haven't lived their life. So I hope that answers your questions. I don't want to keep my answers too long because I know you have to translate them. So I'll just put them in, you know, shorter ones.
It's okay, it's okay. Bah, pour ceux qui n'ont pas encore, qui ont pas regardé encore un petit peu ce qui allait sortir, vous allez voir le disque parle beaucoup de ses expériences personnelles, hein, notamment sur Be Yourself ou des morceaux comme ça. Et pourquoi les faire partager avec nous? Bah, justement parce que c'est facile à écrire, parce qu'il parle pas trop de politique. Et puis derrière, l'idée, c'est surtout que les gens puissent se transposer à ce qu'il a écrit, et puis d'aller regarder les lyrics et de voir à quel moment on peut avoir des choses qui sont identiques. En tout cas, c'est une bonne idée d'avoir mis ces titres-là. Grant, 10 years, I think, separating your two solo albums. What a big long, wasn't? 10 years between your two. 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years.
I mean,
between your two solo albums.
I was busy in between, Doc. I was doing the two-piece band thing, and in between those 10 years, I probably wrote 4 or 5 albums in another band.
Yeah.
So, but the first album, I love that album. You know, I always wanted to do a follow-up. So took 10 years, man, but I got it done, Doc. I got it done. So better late than never, my friend. Better late than never.
Ouais, donc je lui demandais 10 ans entre les 2 albums solo, ça fait lent, mais il dit ouais, j'ai été super occupé, j'ai fait 5 albums avec mon autre groupe, et puis c'est vrai que ça peut être un peu long, mais bon voilà, l'album est là, et puis il sera là. Donc je rappelle, Grant Haua Blues, le 19 février, 10 ans entre les 2 albums, mais franchement, c'est du très très bon. Il n'y a pas de sujet. Another question regarding Dixie Frog and the member of the Dixie Frog family, Grant. One of my friend Fred Chapelier was live with me yesterday for the Saint Valentine days. We speak about not Saint Valentine, we speak only with music. And how did you collaborate on the track This Is the Place?
Well, when we first connected with Dixie Frog, we had a phone conference similar to what we're doing now. We had a talk over the phone, and they wanted a song because I sent them the whole album bar one song, and that was This Is the Place. And they just happened to mention to me, look, man, we'd love a song where about you, about Maori culture, about your home, everything that you are about. And I've had this song been sitting in the background for me for a few months, and I was going to put it on the album, but I just never got around to it. And when they mentioned that, I was like, a light went off in my head and went bing, and I thought, man, I've got that perfect song. And seeing as how we got to go back in the studio, my manager Joel Thompson, great guy. He's hard worker for me. He suggested, why don't we use a couple of your artists, if you like, on that particular track, seeing as how we have to go back in the studio anyway. So, you know, we had to redo another track, or not redo, but we were going to do another whole track. And Andre from Dixie Frog said, yeah, that's a great idea. And so we sent the songs over to Fred, and also to Neil, who's on Neil Black, who's also on another song.
Of course.
And they did their takes there. You know, they did their takes in France, and they sent their takes over to us. And the modern technology now, Doc, you know,
I know
it's so cool that someone now can do, get something to do something way over there, and then we send it over here, and it all works together. And it was really really, it was pleasurable working with those guys because they kind of knew what was required of them straight away. They're good musicians, man. So they could hear what was going on in the track, and they knew exactly what to deliver. Like they sent me 3 or 4 takes of the, you know, of a certain segment. Or in Fred's case, it was the solo and a couple of nice little guitar bits in between verses, etc. And we pretty much went with their first takes, you know, and it was humbling, and it was beautiful to work with those guys, and it was I was rapt that it enhanced the song. You know, sometimes you think, oh man, you know, is it going to add or is it going to take away? You know, with these guys, it certainly added something, and something really good. And yeah, it was cool. It was cool, Doc. It was that. Anyway, that's how we got together, brother.
Ouais, bah, voilà, donc comme vous le savez, Fred Chapelier, qui était avec nous hier, a travaillé avec Grant sur un titre. Le morceau s'appelle This is a Place. Alors comment ils ont collaboré? Bah, c'est assez simple. Il a envoyé son disque bien sûr à Dixie Frog, et puis il manquait quelque chose, ou un petit truc comme ça, et puis ils se sont dit bah ça serait bien qu'on essaye de mettre quelques artistes du label. Donc il y a Fred Chapelier qui a joué sur un morceau, il y a Nell Black qui a joué sur un autre morceau, et puis Joël qui est qui travaille beaucoup avec Grant a dit ouais, ça serait une bonne idée d'avoir ces artistes, et puis ils ont collaboré ensemble. Il y a eu quelques échanges, hein, bien sûr, avec l'Internet, pour le coup, puisqu'on parle de technologie, c'est assez facile d'échanger des morceaux et puis de bâtir de la musique en étant très loin les uns des autres. Et derrière, donc, on retrouve donc Fred Chapelier sur un titre, Ned Black sur un autre titre, et puis il est très content de cette collaboration. Et j'espère qu'il y aura d'autres choses, et j'espère qu'on pourra le voir aussi peut-être en concert en France ou en Europe dans les prochains mois, et on pourra peut-être voir Fred Chapelier et Ned Black avec Grant sur scène live. Ça serait en tout cas super. I just said, Grant, maybe after this COVID session and something like that, maybe we have the possibility to come in France or to come in Europe to have some gigs, and maybe the idea is to have Nell and Fred with you for this title, maybe in France, came in stage with you to play some songs. I think maybe it's possible. I cross my finger after this COVID to see you live on stage, live on a session in France or maybe in Europe with Fred. I think that must be a good idea.
I think so. I think Fred can show me around and show me good places to eat and drink.
Yeah, of course.
That's how the benefit.
You're welcome. For sure. So we can just come back for some funny question now. I read on your on the documentation provided by DC Ford that you start playing guitar at 30 years old with your little brothers to be pleased with the girls. So now with your experience, what is actually a success for that?
Well, my brother played guitar for the Maori club. See,
yeah,
and he got a guitar. I think he was 11 and he got a guitar, and he started playing for the Maori club. And I was in the Maori club as well. And I just noted these girls just started watching him a lot, because he had the guitar thing going on, man. You know, I mean, even then, you know, guitar it was like an instrument that could pull in the girls, you know, if you knew how to play. But my brother was a good look. Oh, he's a good looking guy, and it didn't work so well for me. But that's how I started. I honestly started. But once I start playing guitar, it's like an addictive thing, you know. You can't stop. And I haven't stopped since, you know. But yeah, maybe I don't know if that's the right way to start. If that's the right reason to start playing guitars, I don't know.
And maybe this is another addiction, hein, for sure.
Sure is.
Oui, donc je le disais, donc, dans la documentation que nous a donné le label, il est noté que Grant a commencé la guitare à l'âge de 13 ans pour jouer avec son petit frère, comme il le dit, surtout pour faire plaisir aux filles et plaire aux filles. Et donc maintenant son petit frère, il joue de la guitare dans un endroit où il y a des bikers, et donc il dit c'est un super guitariste. Et puis c'est vrai qu'il y a des belles filles, mais d'ailleurs il n'a pas beaucoup travaillé avec lui, mais il devrait. Mais ouais, c'est vrai que ça peut aider quand même, ça devient un petit peu addictif la guitare, les filles ça devient un petit peu addictif, et donc c'était quand même une bonne idée. Allez. Grant, I think I have two questions before we leave, and we said thank you so much for your time in your country. Before leaving, Grant, this is a very hard question. Be careful. Could you please give us your 3 discs with which you would live on a desert island? 3 discs.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you please give 3 discs, 3 CD, 3 LPs that you pick up in your desert island? What is your choice?
If I were on a desert island?
Yes, 3 discs.
CDs.
3 CDs, 3 LPs.
3 LPs. Oh, maybe
I'll
go. The first CD it was a cassette tape I ever bought, and I still love it. Was the very first CD, very first cassette I ever bought was Stevie Ray Vaughan's Texas Flood, and that I saved up all my lawnmower money. You know, it took me a long time to buy that thing, and just because it was one of my first ever CDs, and I still love that album, that I've got to pick that for one. You know,
yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Texas Flood, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, one of the other, and I could pick 100, but I'm just trying to quickly think off the top of my head.
I know that's a difficult question. So.
Well, I'm just going to go with the blues guys. So, Strong Persuader, Robert Cray.
That's a good one.
And I'd have to go Jimi Hendrix plays live at Monterey. So I think that'll keep me happy on a desert island.
Ok. So, bon, je posais la question à Grant, s'il partait sur une île déserte, qu'est-ce qu'il prendrait comme... Il avait le choix entre 3 disques, pas 100, 3, not 100 or 1000 CD and LP, just 3. So Stevie Ray Vaughan, Robert Cray et bien sûr le grand Jimi Hendrix avec le live à montrer. C'est un très bon choix. Congratulations, Grant. This is 3 simple, wonderful discs. So maybe I take my plane to go with you on this island. I think you can pass a good time.
I think so. I think I'll be making some coconut alcohol or something like that, and I'll have a good time. Yeah.
So Grant, thank you so much. Last word is just regarding the rugby. I would like to say, as you know, we start the Six Nation tournament in Europe now. Do you have time?
Have you guys started already?
Yes. It started. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Do you have time to take a look on it, or you can just take a look?
Yeah, I will do. I knew it was coming up, but yeah, that's cool. I didn't know it started already. So
yeah. Say French wins too much. Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys take it easy on us in the World Cup. That's all I know. You know, you guys you're our boogie team. You know that. You're our bogey team. So, and it's going to be on your home ground. So you guys are going to be tough to beat. I know that. But I love French players, man. I love the French rugby team. So good luck with the Six Nations this year. I'll certainly be paying attention.
Yeah. So, je pouvais pas poser une question autour du rugby à Grant, parce que c'est quand même un Nouvelle-Zélandais. Les All Blacks, ça vous dit quand même quelque chose. C'est quand même une très grande nation de rugby. Et puis on pouvait pas parler un petit peu, nous quitter sans parler un petit peu de rugby quand même, un tout petit peu. Et donc il regardera et puis il dit qu'il aime bien l'équipe de France. Donc merci à lui. Grant, I would like to say thank you very much for your times. So now I would like to have some words for the listener on Vinylestimes. This is a web rock station located in Paris, France. So it's your turn. You can give some words to the listener.
Oh, well, firstly, thanks very much for having me on, Doc. And the people in Paris and France. I can't wait to get over there and show you my Maori style of playing blues. I think you guys are going to like it. It's very high energy, and it's almost like going to watch a haka, but with a guitar. So look out, I'm coming. As soon as that COVID clears away, that damn virus is gone, I'm coming over.
Grant, thank you so much. Bah, comme il l'a dit, on fera un cas tous ensemble. Thank you so much. Et puis nous, on se retrouve avec d'autres artistes du Dixie Frog. Hein. On a eu Fred Chapelier, Grant qui était avec nous, qu'on voit ici en direct. Il y aura bien sûr Popa Choubi dans la semaine. On aura Johnny Gallagher, que des grands guitaristes, que des grands moments. Et puis on va se faire super plaisir. Grant, thank you so much. Cross finger, hope to see you in France, in Europe. And cross finger for the release of the album we call Haua Blues. 4 days before this new album is on the different book. So don't hesitate to buy this CD. It's a wonderful one. Maybe it's addictive. So let's go for the addiction of Haua Blues. Grant, thank you very much. Have a nice evening, of course, in New Zealand. It's time to work for me. It's time for sleep for you. That's totally crazy.
Thanks for having me on, Doc, and you take it easy, brother. Okay.
Yeah, you too. Take care, and hope to see you very soon on stage live with a lot of music, and maybe with an haka with the rest of the people on the stage. Yeah.
Okay, brother. Bye-bye.
Bye, Grant. Bye.